Good morning, dear students. Welcome to our online lesson, which will be led by me, an English teacher, Рахметова С.С. from г.Атырау, Назарбаев Intellectual School. Today we are going to start new lesson topic. Firstly, I will introduce you with our lessons learning and lessons objectives. Our learning objectives are C1. Use speaking and listening skills to solve problems creatively and cooperatively in groups. C9. Use imagination to express thoughts, ideas, experiences, and feelings. L2. Understand specific information in unsupported extended talk on a wide range of general and curricular topics, including talk on a limited range of unfamiliar topics. S3. Explain and justify your own and others' point of view on a range of general and curricular topics. Lesson objectives. All students will be able to define each natural disaster and its properties, provide basic information about natural disasters, practice and expand your vocabulary on the topic. Most students will be able to listen and understand the news about different natural disasters. Research one type of natural disaster in depth. Discuss your attitude to natural disasters. Some students will be able to identify necessary procedures during natural disasters. Language objectives. Focus on all 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Success criteria. Students will be evaluated by the following criteria. L2. Students will be able to respond correctly if you answered for 8 out of 10 questions. S3. Students will be able to talk on the given topic using appropriate vocabulary. The lesson links with the following value: respecting diversity of opinion. Cross-curricular subject is geography. As a means of ICT, the video is used in the beginning of the lesson. Now I display the video on the active board, so you should guess the lesson's topic and name the disasters. you should say what's the lesson's topic and what is happening on the video.
Ten deadly natural disasters caught on video. Tsunami wave, Japan. Japan is still recovering from the impact of the savage, devastating tsunami that ravaged the northeastern part of the country in March of 2011 following a magnitude 9 earthquake. The tsunami, whose waves reached heights of up to 128 feet and traveled as far as 6 miles inland, resulted in approximately 16,000 deaths, mostly due to drowning, and about $300 billion in damages between the earthquake and the tsunami. In the aftermath, the Japanese government introduced a new tsunami warning system after their present one had underestimated the size of the blast. Fire tornado. Yes, fire tornadoes or fire whirls are a real, albeit rare, thing. They occur when hot, dry air rises rapidly out of the ground, thus forming vertical columns or chimneys before thinning out, cooling, and dissipating at higher altitudes. Although these whirls often come and go fairly quickly, they can do some serious damage, with temperatures within the vortex getting as high as 2,000 degrees. Their quick movement also creates a powerful, unpredictable, and largely unstoppable force of nature. Volcanic eruption, Papua New Guinea. It's an undeniably spectacular sight to see fiery lava spewing out of a daunting, impressive volcano. But the mesmerizing nature of the spectacle doesn't take away from the considerable damage that can be caused by a volcanic eruption. These explosive eruptions can alter the land and water for a vast expanse around a volcano and can create millions of tiny liquid droplets of sulfuric acid, with the potential to temporarily change the Earth's climate. The resulting ash clouds in the aftermath of an eruption can also be damaging to the air quality surrounding nearby communities. Hurricane Katrina. It's tough to recall a more destructive natural disaster within American borders than Hurricane Katrina touching down in New Orleans in 2005. The largest and third strongest hurricane ever recorded to make landfall on U.S. soil, Katrina reached Category 5 hurricane status with winds up to 175 miles per hour. It affected an estimated 15 million people, including 1,836 deaths, with the majority of those deaths being senior citizens unable to evacuate. The hurricane also left approximately 80% of New Orleans submerged in water, thanks to a storm surge resulting in waves that grew to 20 feet in height. Meteor attack, Russia. The meteor attack that hit the Chelyabinsk region in Russia on February 15, 2013 looked like something out of this world. And in a way, it was. Indeed, the 10-ton meteor which entered the Earth's atmosphere at 15 to 20 kilometers per second was a truly frightening sight. Once it hit, the meteor produced a bright flash of light intense enough to illuminate the sky and created a shockwave that set off car alarms and startled pets in a wide vicinity. While the meteor caused 1,200 injuries and resulted in millions in damages, there were miraculously no deaths reported. Typhoon Haiyan, Philippines. One of the strongest tropical cyclones in history hits parts of Southeast Asia, particularly the Philippines, in early November 2013. The massive typhoon, which reached speeds of up to 195 miles per hour, claimed over 6,300 lives in what was the deadliest natural disaster in the region in recorded history. Because it encountered very warm water temperatures along its path, it did not slow down immediately and thus was able to cause greater destruction than had it faded out quickly. Volcanic eruption, Mount Ontake. In the midst of Japan's peak hiking season in 2014, Mount Ontake presented the country's first fatal volcanic eruption in 23 years. With no significant earthquakes occurring prior to the eruption, there was little warning that prompted authorities to anticipate such an event, or that gave hikers near Mount Ontake's 10,000-foot summit cause for concern. Emergency helicopters managed to rescue the majority of the estimated 250 hikers climbing at the time, but even they couldn't prevent the 57 fatalities, as some wound up buried in ash. 2010 Haiti earthquake. The catastrophic 7.0 earthquake that struck Haiti on January 12, 2010 demonstrated both the sheer ferocity of Mother Nature and the inherent goodness of humankind. The deadly quake claimed approximately 160,000 victims and forced thousands upon thousands from their home in the impoverished nation. However, the aftermath saw relief efforts come rolling in from all across the globe as countries offered up funds and supplies while volunteers stepped up to aid in rescue efforts and medical support. Tsunami, Indian Ocean. One of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history, the Indian Ocean tsunami hit on Boxing Day of 2004, at a time when many families were enjoying an exotic holiday vacation getaway. Thus, many amateur videos depicting the carnage of the tsunami wound up establishing the stark contrast between their idyllic surroundings and the horror that was manifesting itself off in the distance. Here you see terror reign as buildings are submerged, trees collapse, and the carefree enjoyment of a tropical vacation quickly turns to panic and fear. Earthquake, Nepal. Geophysicists and other experts had warned for decades that Nepal was highly vulnerable to a deadly earthquake, but it was still difficult to anticipate the destruction caused by magnitude 7.8 natural disaster known as the Gorkha earthquake. With aid pouring in from all over the globe, the region is still trying to recover from the massive blast that killed 8,000 and injured 18,000. Aid efforts were hindered when another deadly earthquake struck the area 17 days later, resulting in 200 deaths, 2,500 injuries, and tons of food, supplies, and other supports that failed to get delivered to some of the hundreds of thousands of displaced Nepali residents.
So, can you say what is the lesson's topic? Yes, you are right. As you understood, the lesson topic is natural disasters. Can you name the types of natural disasters? Let's brainstorm the topic. What is common for all of them? Yes, you are right. All of them are results from the natural process on the earth. And all of them usually bring a lot of damage and loss to the humanity. A natural disaster is the effect of the Earth's natural hazards with a human involvement. Now I will divide you by means of pictures into 3 groups. You will take one of the cut-off pictures and you should find your group making one entire picture. So let's give a definition to a natural disaster. The most appropriate variant is natural disaster is the effect of the Earth's natural hazards with a human involvement. A natural disaster is a major adverse event resulting from natural processes of the Earth. Examples include floods, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, and other geologic processes. A natural disaster can cause loss of life or property damage and typically leaves some economic damage in its wake, the severity of which depends on the affected population's resilience or ability to recover. To better memorize the natural disasters, let's practice the pronunciation. So, repeat after me. Avalanche, blizzard, cyclone, drought, earthquake, flood, meteorite, hurricane, tidal wave, thunderstorm, tornado, tsunami, typhoon, volcanic eruption. So the main part of the lesson is you will name the natural disasters in presentation. For each correct answer, you will get a point. Now your task is to say what disasters are given on the following pictures. The natural disasters on the pictures are drought, earthquake, tornado, landslide, tsunami, lightning strike, volcano, flooding, fire, cyclone, dust storm. As I divided you into 3 groups, I'll give to each group different tasks. First group has to classify natural disasters as meteorological, geological, hydrological. They are flood, avalanche, earthquake, volcano, cyclone, tsunami, tornado, forest fire, typhoon, blizzard, hurricane, mudslide, tidal wave, thunder, drought. So the answers are geological disasters, avalanches and landslides, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, hydrological disasters, floods, tsunami, meteorological disasters, blizzards, cyclone, tropical cyclone, hurricane, typhoon, droughts, hailstorms. Task B. Matching. You will be given words with their definitions. You should match the definition to its name. The words are hurricane, avalanche, cyclone, earthquake, tsunami, drought, blizzard. And definitions. A huge wave caused by an earthquake which flows onto land. A shaking of the ground, an extremely violent wind or storm, a large mass of snow falling down the side of a mountain, a period of time with no rain, a violent tropical storm in which the air goes round and round, severe winter storms. If you did the task correctly, the answer is hurricane is an extremely violent wind or storm. Avalanche is a snow mass falling down the side of a mountain. Cyclone, a violent tropical storm in which the air goes round and round. Earthquake, it's a shaking of the ground. Tsunami, a huge wave caused by an earthquake which flows onto land. Drought, it's a period of time without rain. Blizzard, severe winter storm. Task C. Third group has to find 8 disasters from the given word puzzle. So the answers are tsunami, drought, earthquake, avalanche, flood, tornado, cyclone, hurricane. So next, you will listen to the interview. Before listening, let's discuss the given photos. How does each picture make you feel? Would you be more worried about one of them than the others? Why? Why not? Which set of pictures goes with which photo? Or with which event? Given list of words. First, a bolt, a thunder, a flash. Second, to be stranded, torrential rain. Third, lava, ash, and eruption, gases. Fourth, a tremor, cracks, to tremble. So the answers are the following. Volcano, it's picture C. Lightning, picture A. Floods, B. Earthquake, D. Now you are going to listen to an interview with Liz, who had experienced a natural disaster. So you will be evaluated by the listening success criteria. Learning objective is L2. Information in unsupported extended talk on a wide range of general and curricular topic, including talk on a limited range of unfamiliar topics. The task is, you will listen to an interview with Liz, who had a horrific experience while camping. Complete the sentences. They are given 10 sentences. So you will meet learning objective if you are able to complete 8 out of 10 sentences. You will be able to spell the words correctly. So let's firstly go through the sentences. The first, Dave thought that the cloud was the result of a. Second, Liz says that what she saw was different from A. Third, Liz thought it was odd because it was completely. The heat melted the of the coffee pot. Dave and Liz tried at first to reach. Dave and Liz had been protected in the hole by seventh sentence. Dave and Liz put their round their heads to help them to breathe. The eighth sentence, it was hard to walk because of the depth of. The ninth sentence, there was an awful smell similar to. The 10th sentence, Liz now regrets not having with them. The answers are forest fire, smoke cloud, silent, handle, the tent, falling trees, shirts, ash, rotten eggs, radio. Now let's have speaking. You will stand in a double circle and ask these questions to other students. The questions are: have you ever prepared for a natural disaster? Are there often natural disasters in your country? Do you think natural disasters are happening more frequently in the world today? What is the worst natural disaster in your opinion? Do you think the world should be more concerned about natural disasters or terrorism? What's the best natural disaster movie you have ever seen? What are the worst natural disasters you can remember? Are natural disasters acts of God? Do you think world governments do enough to help people after natural disasters? What would happen if a giant comet hit the Earth? If a natural disaster hit your town, what would you do? Why do you think natural disasters always seem to affect poor people most? So, at the end of the lesson, I'll give you a sticker for the reflection. The process is described below. In your stickers, you will need to write 3 words you have learned from this lesson. 3 adjectives to describe your feelings and emotions from the whole lesson, and 1 wish. So, dear students, our lesson is over. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.